Hi guys. Hi everyone. Can you confirm if you can hear me okay? मेरी आवाज़ आप तक पहुंच रही है? Can you please confirm that? Wonderful. First of all, a very very happy new year to all of you who's joined this live session, and this is going to be day one of my 30-day sales growth live sessions. So make sure you join every day at 9:30 p.m. IST. Right, and I'm telling you, you're going to find a lot of value and a lot of practical tips and insights that you can use in your day-to-day sales career. All right. Okay, fantastic. So in the comments section, can you please tell me if you guys can see me okay, hear me okay? Is my audio clear and video clear? Okay, I see more people joining in. So, for those of you who just joined, my name is Bharat Ogirala. I'm the founder and sales coach. I'm the founder of the Sales Gurukul, which is a premium sales skill training institute in India. Right. So, and so far I've trained close to about 15,000 plus people. Okay, wonderful. All right. So before we start, right, please tell me in the chat box, have you ever felt confused or nervous while while you're talking to a client? Have you felt confused or nervous when you're talking to a client? Most of us did, isn't it? Or have you felt, that you're working hard but you don't see the results that you're expecting, or you don't see yourself growing fast in your sales career? Do you see that? If you ever felt that you're working very hard but you've not seen the growth that you're expecting, just let me know in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, I see more people joining in, guys. Thank you very much for joining the call. This is going to be everyday live at 9 p.m. IST. My name is Bharat. I'm the founder of the Sales Gurukul, a premium sales skill development institute in India. All right, and I'm going to come live every single day at 9 p.m. And share a lot of insights and practical sales tips that you can use in your day-to-day life so that you could do really well in terms of your sales performance. All right. So in case if you've answered some of the questions, I see that there are people answering those questions. So if you've ever felt confused while talking to a client, or if you've ever felt that you're working very hard or really hard but you don't see the results, or you're not seeing the growth, uh, trust me, you're not alone in that, because every salesperson has gone through that phase, including me myself. Right. So during the initial phases, I felt lost. I didn't know what else to do. I thought that I was giving my best, but it was not giving me results enough, and I was not able to grow quickly. So that's when I started to think in a different dimension. So in today's session, it's going to be very special. This is my first session out of those 30-day series that I wanted to do. So day one, what I wanted to cover is a very special topic, or a very crucial topic. Okay, in the next 15 minutes, we're going to talk about the pain points, and how could it be handled differently, and also a solution for it. Okay, I want to talk about something which nobody tells you openly. Right. So the real reason you struggle in sales is not lack of talent. It is not lack of product knowledge, or not because the market is bad. Right. It is something much deeper. And once you understand this, your whole sales career is going to change, and it's going to shift. All right. Now, stay with me for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and you will walk away with clarity, confidence, and a feeling of relief. All right. That's something that I can guarantee you. Now, okay. Now, just wanted to understand the audience a little more. So can you tell me quickly in the chat box, are you a fresher in sales, or are you an experienced sales player? Just let me know in the chat box. Are you a fresher, or are you an experienced sales player? You could be in inside sales, lead generation, business development, field sales, or OTC sales, enterprise sales, or you might be doing consultative selling, any of those. Right, if you're in any of those formats, just let me know in the chat box saying that yes. Okay. All right. So let me talk about the real topic, right? So the topic that we're going to discuss is the real reason why you're struggling in sales. That's the topic. Now let me get straight to the point. Most salespeople struggle because of three hidden blockers that nobody tell or talk about. Okay. The first one is you don't have a structured process for your sales. Most people wake up, they check WhatsApp, they check their emails and reply for a few messages, reply to few messages and then calls. They also call a few leads randomly and then wait for luck. They think, people will automatically respond and, they'll have a better day today. Ideally, that never happens, isn't it? Because there is no plan in your strategy, there is no pipeline structure, there is no daily schedule. So without a structure, sales feels unpredictable. But once you follow a simple daily routine, right, suddenly everything will become clearer. Okay. Now the second reason why people fail in sales is you take rejection personally, right? This is really important and a big one. Now when a client says that he or she is not interested, we feel like we're not good enough, we think we failed, right? But the truth is the client is not actually rejecting you, they're actually rejecting the idea or the timing, the need, the price, or the situation. They're not rejecting you as a person. Remember that word. Okay? Make sure you remember this. Now, once you taking it personally, once you stop taking it personally, your confidence will automatically skyrocket. Clear? The next one is you need to sound, the third reason that you're not able to see the progress is because you try to sound smart instead of connecting or establishing that relation. Okay. Most salespeople think that selling is all about talking, but real selling is about understanding. Okay. Clients don't wait for a perfect salesperson, they want a human being who actually listen to them. If you focus on connections first, sales will automatically happen and they will happen naturally. All right. So here is the real struggle, right? So the real struggle is not skills alone, it's the mindset, it's the clarity and structure to your sales process. Okay. If you fix these three things, your results will automatically start changing immediately. Okay. Most of the salespeople that I've seen so far, among that 15,000 salespeople that I've trained so far, the main problem was these three things. The first one is structure. Number two is, take rejection personally. And number three is basically, you focus on the wrong things, or probably, you try to sound smart instead of establishing that real connection. All right. So that's about it. Try these three things today, and I'm sure you will see a lot of difference in the way you operate. All right. Fantastic. And let me leave you with a very nice quote that I've heard close to about 20 years ago, right? But that changed my the way I think and I operate completely. Here comes the quote. It says, for things to change, you have to change, and for things to become better, you have to become better. All right. So make sure you think in a different dimension and make sure you are not losing your confidence at all. Okay. Now, since you've learned about this, how did you like the concept, right? So whatever I spoke about, why you struggle in sales is what we spoke today. So I'm hoping that you like this concept. Now what I want you to do is I want you to tell me quickly, how did you like this? Do you, and if there are any specific areas that you want me to cover, please let me know in the chat box. So I'm going to make videos on those, or probably I'll cover those topics in the next upcoming live sessions. All right. Now, before we end, do you have any questions? What are you struggling with in terms of your sales performance, right? Where are you stuck? You have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box, right? It could be struggling with confidence, it could be that you're not able to talk to clients in the right way, or probably you're not able to establish that relationship, or you're struggling with follow-ups. Anything, any question or any problem you have, make sure you type it in the chat box and I'm going to answer them for you each one by one. All right. Now, I'm here to support you, to help you overcome your sales problems. So let me know, what are your top sales challenges, right? It could be in prospecting, it could be in, what do you say, uh, in your lead generation format, or probably you're not able to qualify the lead in the right way, or you're not able to build the relationships, etc. So let me know what is your number one challenge in sales. Okay. Okay, I see somebody saying, I'm not able to build strong relationships. Okay, all right. So, see, it's very, very important for somebody to be able to build a strong relation before you offer your product or service, right? Because people buy from people who they trust, they like, and they know, right? So, first thing what you need to do when you talk to a customer is to establish that relationship. There are multiple ways of doing it, which I can, it'll take a long time. If I cover it on this live, it's going to be another 4 minutes or so. But yeah, so if you really want to learn how to build strong relationships, and based on that you want to sell, you could, just go onto my website, the salesgurukul.com. You would, the moment you fill in your details, you will be given an access to the sales success blueprint. It's a free course that you can join, and it gives you the 5 core skills, right? Every salesperson must build to grow fast. Okay. And you can also, join my free masterclass. I do it every Saturday at 11 a.m. So you can also join the free masterclass. Okay. In this session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to personally help you identify your biggest blockers and teach you how to break them, right? So you will also walk with confidence and clarity for your next 90 days. I'm going to give you a plan of action, okay? And I'm going to share those links, for the masterclass and also the sales success blueprint in the description. So you can go download the free course and register for the masterclass right after this session. Okay? Awesome. Any other questions? Okay. I need help in prospecting. Absolutely. Prospecting is the first, foremost, and the most important step of a sales process. If you get this one step correctly or in the right way, I'm telling you, you're going to have the rest of the sales process very, very smooth. But if you don't get your prospecting session properly, or a prospecting, activity done properly, the entire sales cycle will look like, you have a lot of work in hand, but ideally you don't have anything which is quality, in terms of your leads. So make sure your prospecting is to the point, and you need to have a strict criteria. And again, this is one of those topics that I'm going to cover in that sales success blueprint free course, so you can always go back and check on that, and take advantage of that. So again, I think, we just have about a minute or minute and a half. So let me just tell you this: Saturday, 11 a.m. I have a live masterclass. I'm going to share the link in the chat box, right after this video. You can go back to the video and check, and in the description, and you will find the, link to the live masterclass, and also access to the success blueprint free course. Okay. I hope you really like this session, and I will want to see you in the next session. I'm going to do this for the next 30 days, 9 p.m. sharp live, right? If you really want to get some real time sales insights and tips, please join the live 9 p.m. sharp every single day. All right. Thank you very much for joining today's session of day one. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Have a nice day.